The Taiping Rebellion, one of the deadliest and most significant conflicts in history, continues to be a pivotal chapter in China's history. Occurring from 1850 to 1864, it was a massive civil war led by Xiuquan, who proclaimed himself the younger brother of Jesus Christ. The rebellion had profound political, social, and cultural repercussions, not just for China, but for the entire region. The sheer scale of the war, both in terms of its death toll and its impact, overshadows many of the world's most famous conflicts, including the world wars. With an estimated 20 to 30 million people killed, it remains one of the deadliest wars ever fought. The Taiping Rebellion's origins, course, and aftermath reflect the complex interplay of religious fervor, social unrest, and geopolitical dynamics. This essay will explore the history of the Taiping Rebellion in depth, from the early stages of Xiuquan's rise to power to the final collapse of the Taiping Heavenly Kingdom. We will examine the causes of the rebellion, the revolutionary ideas behind it, the devastating effects it had on China, and its long-lasting consequences. The origins of the Taiping Rebellion. The Taiping Rebellion was fundamentally a reaction to widespread dissatisfaction with the ruling Qing Dynasty. Founded in 1644 by the Manchu people, the Qing Dynasty had maintained control over China for over 2 centuries. However, by the mid-19th century, the dynasty was in decline. The imperial government faced significant internal challenges, including bureaucratic corruption, economic distress, and social inequality. The Opium Wars, 1839 to 1842, 1856 to 1860 with Britain and France, had further weakened the Qing government, forcing the dynasty to cede territory to foreign powers and open up China to international trade, further straining its ability to govern effectively. In the context of this instability, the Taiping Rebellion emerged as an expression of both religious and political dissent. Its leader, Xiuquan, was a disillusioned scholar who had failed the imperial exams multiple times, a common route for social mobility in traditional China. This failure led him to a spiritual crisis, during which he was exposed to Christian teachings and visions that he interpreted as divine revelations. Hong believed that he was the younger brother of Jesus Christ, sent to Earth to destroy the demonic Qing dynasty and establish a new heavenly kingdom on Earth. He also believed that his father was God and that he had been chosen to lead the Chinese people to salvation. Hong's vision was deeply influenced by Christianity, though his interpretation was unconventional. He blended elements of traditional Chinese religious beliefs with Christian teachings, creating a syncretic religious ideology that would become the foundation of the Taiping Heavenly Kingdom. Hong's message of social reform, equality, and the promise of salvation resonated with many in southern China, especially peasants who were suffering from poverty, natural disasters, and the oppressive rule of the Qing government. In 1850, Hong, along with his followers, began the rebellion in the southern province of Guangxi. Initially, the movement was a small, localized uprising, but it quickly gained traction, with thousands of peasants joining the cause. The Taiping forces moved rapidly, capturing towns and cities, eventually making Nanjing their capital in 1853. The rebellion seemed unstoppable as the Taiping army grew to potentially millions of soldiers and supporters, largely drawn from the lower classes. The ideology and vision of the Taiping movement. At the heart of the Taiping Rebellion was a set of revolutionary ideas that sought to overthrow the Qing dynasty and establish a new social order. Hong's ideology was a mix of Christianity, Confucianism, and traditional Chinese ideas, but it was distinctly anti-Qing and anti-imperial. The Taiping Heavenly Kingdom was founded on the principle that Xiuquan was divinely appointed to rule over China. He rejected the authority of the Qing emperor, declaring that he was the rightful ruler of China and the true heir to the mandate of heaven. Hong's rule was to be a theocratic monarchy, and he established a court that mirrored traditional Chinese political structures, but was centered around his own divinely inspired authority. Hong's religious teachings were the driving force behind the Taiping Rebellion. He preached the gospel of salvation and sought to convert all Chinese people to his vision of Christianity. The Taiping Bible, also known as the Taiping Shengli, was a text that Hong wrote and edited, which outlined his religious beliefs and laws. The Taiping version of Christianity was radically different from Orthodox Christian doctrine, incorporating elements of traditional Chinese religion, such as ancestor worship and the idea of a pantheon of deities, into its framework. Hong also rejected the Trinity, a core tenet of mainstream Christianity, instead focusing on God as the Father, with Jesus Christ as the elder brother and Hong as the younger brother. Social reforms of the Taiping movement. One of the most notable features of the Taiping movement was its radical social reforms. Hong Xiuquan envisioned a society of complete equality, where all land was to be distributed equally and collectively among the people. He also advocated for gender equality, allowing women to engage in both military and political roles, something unheard of in traditional Chinese society. Additionally, Hong's reforms aimed at abolishing the practice of foot binding, a painful custom that restricted the growth of young girls' feet and symbolized their subjugation. However, the government of the Taiping Heavenly Kingdom struggled with the implementation of these reforms. As the rebellion grew, contradictions within the movement began to emerge, and Hong Xun, despite his divine aspirations, became more authoritarian and disconnected from the practical challenges of managing a large, war-torn empire. Early success and expansion of the Taiping Rebellion. At the start, the Taiping forces experienced remarkable military successes. What began as a small uprising quickly grew into a formidable army under Hong Xiuquan's leadership. They captured key cities, including Guangzhou, Fuzhou, and Nanjing, where they established their capital in 1853. The movement gained strong support from the poor, especially in southern China, where peasants were drawn to the promises of land redistribution and equality. Additionally, the religious aspect of the movement, which offered a vision of salvation, attracted many followers seeking purpose during a time of immense hardship. The Qing Dynasty, initially caught off guard, struggled to suppress the rebellion. The imperial forces were scattered and disorganized, and the rebellion spread rapidly across southern China. The Qing emperor had to rely on regional military leaders and local militias, but their efforts were uncoordinated, allowing the Taiping movement to gain significant momentum. The Taiping Heavenly Kingdom and Nanjing. In 1853, the Taiping forces captured Nanjing, making it the heart of their movement. Hong Xiuquan declared the establishment of the Taiping Heavenly Kingdom, a theocratic state based on divine principles, where he assumed the title of Heavenly King. The Taiping court operated similarly to the imperial court of the Qing Dynasty, but emphasized religious governance. While the capture of Nanjing was a pivotal victory, it also marked the beginning of challenges for the Taiping leadership. As the movement expanded, they faced difficulties maintaining control over the vast territories they had conquered, and tensions started to emerge within the leadership. Decline of the Taiping Rebellion. Despite early successes, the Taiping Rebellion eventually lost momentum. The Qing Dynasty, aided by Western powers, launched a successful counteroffensive. The Qing government, under the leadership of generals like Zhuo Zongtang and Li Hongzhang, formed alliances with Britain and France, who provided military assistance to protect their economic interests in China. This foreign intervention proved crucial in defeating the Taiping forces. Internally, divisions within the Taiping leadership weakened the rebellion. Hong Xiuquan, once a charismatic leader, grew disconnected from reality as his health declined and he became more reclusive. His reliance on his subordinates led to mismanagement, corruption, and the erosion of the movement's initial fervor. Collapse and aftermath. By 1864, the Taiping forces were in retreat, and the fall of Nanjing marked the end of the rebellion. Hong Xiuquan's death, either from illness or possibly suicide, dealt a fatal blow to the Taiping cause. His death led to the collapse of the Taiping government, and the remnants of the Taiping army were eventually crushed by Qing forces. The rebellion's impact on China was profound. Millions of lives were lost, entire cities were destroyed, and the economy was devastated. The Qing Dynasty, already struggling with internal issues, was further weakened, and the rebellion exposed the deep corruption within the imperial government. Though the Taiping reforms were never fully realized, they laid the foundation for future reform movements such as the self-strengthening movement and the Boxer Rebellion. Additionally, the Taiping Rebellion played a significant role in the spread of Christianity in China, despite the rejection of Xiuquan's version of the faith. It remains an important chapter in Chinese history, shaping the country's future political and social landscape. Conclusion. The Taiping Rebellion was a tragic yet defining chapter in Chinese history. Rooted in social unrest, religious fervor, and political dissatisfaction, it ultimately failed but left a lasting legacy. It weakened the Qing Dynasty, contributed to the rise of future uprisings, and shaped the trajectory of modern